Sometimes my hands are by my side. Then behind my back they hide. Sometimes I wiggle my fingers so. Shake them fast, shake them slow. Sometimes my hands go clap, clap, clap. Then I rest them in my lap. Now they're as quiet as can be because it's story time, you see?
Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Page Ahead Storytime with Friends. My name is Rizzs. I'm the announcer for the Seattle Mariners. Here's today's book we're going to read. Jackie Robinson. What do you think today's story is going to be about? Well, it's going to be about one of the greatest players in the history of the game of baseball, Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier in the major leagues on April the 15th, 1947, when he took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He was one of the greatest, one of the most courageous players the game has ever known. If you said that, nice work. Now today we're going to be reading Jackie Robinson by Frank Berrios, illustrated by Betsy Bauer. Let's dive in. And here it is, Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was a talented baseball player who became an American hero. The first African American to play Major League Baseball in modern times, Jackie joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. In his first year, Jackie led the league in stolen bases, helped his team reach the World Series, and was named Rookie of the Year. Only 2 years later, he became the first black person to be honored as the National League's most valuable player. And there he is right there, Jackie Robinson. Jackie's full name was Jack Roosevelt Robinson. He was born in Georgia, the youngest of 5 children. Before Jackie's first birthday, his father left the family. Jackie never saw him again. Jackie's mother, Maylie, moved the family to California where she found work cleaning homes. Money was hard to come by, but Maylie was able to save enough to buy her family a house. There she is right there with the family. Jackie's sister, Willa Mae, looked after him while their mother worked. She even took little Jackie along when she started school. He was too young to sit in the classroom with her, so he played in the sandbox while his sister kept an eye on him through a window. There's his older sister at school keeping an eye on little Jackie, her brother. Isn't that something? Jackie was always running, jumping, and playing. At school, he quickly made friends because he loved to play all types of sports. And Jackie hated to lose. Some kids would even give him their lunch if he promised to be on their team. Here's little Jackie Robinson with all his buddies at school. He was a great player even as a kid. Now, it wasn't easy for Jackie to grow up without a dad. Now and then he got into trouble. But Jackie was smart and he listened to the caring grown-ups who gave him some great advice. He also loved his mother very much and wanted her to be proud of him. There's Jackie right there. Listen to a grown-up. Jackie became a star athlete in high school. Tennis, football, baseball, basketball, and track. He continued athletics in college where he met Rachel Ism, his future wife. There's Jackie as a football player in high school, and he went on to college. At this time, some states had segregation laws that kept black people and white people from living in the same neighborhoods, going to the same schools, and playing sports on the same teams. They couldn't even use the same public bathrooms or even sit together on a bus. That's the way it was many years ago. Now, because of segregation, black people who wanted to play baseball could only join teams in the Negro Leagues. After serving in the Army, Jackie tried out for the Kansas City Monarchs and easily made the team. The Kansas City Monarchs were one of the most famous teams in the Negro Leagues, and Jackie started with the Monarchs, where he played shortstop. Playing in the Negro Leagues was exciting. but there were long bus rides to and from the games, and the players often had to sleep and eat on the bus because most hotels and restaurants didn't want to serve black people. But things were about to change, thanks to Jackie and a man named Branch Rickey. Branch Rickey had seen white people mistreat black people all of his life, and he hated it. Now, as general manager of the famous Brooklyn Dodgers, he would have a chance to make a stand. He decided it was time for black people and white people to play Major League Baseball together. And he knew Jackie Robinson was strong enough to lead the way. And there's Branch Rickey talking to Jackie Robinson, getting ready to play in the major leagues. Now, lots of people in baseball thought Branch Rickey was crazy. Some officials tried to keep Jackie from playing with white people by canceling games. The fans yelled from the stands, and they made fun of him. But even some of Jackie's teammates treated him badly. But others, like shortstop Pee Wee Reese, stood by him when times were tough. This was a really difficult time for Jackie, trying to play in the major leagues. Nothing was going to stop Jackie from swinging his bat and stealing those bases. He led his team in singles, bunts, and runs scored. And he helped his team win again and again by making plays with lightning speed. There's a look at Jackie playing first base his rookie year in 1947. Stealing bases, was a great bunter and a great hitter. And he played the game with a lot of flair and a lot of excitement. And fans loved watching Jackie play. Now, year after year, Jackie and the Dodgers played well, but they just couldn't beat the talented New York Yankees. The 1955 World Series was different, though. This time, the Dodgers would not be denied. Although they lost the first game, Jackie inspired his team by stealing home plate. The Brooklyn Dodgers went on to defeat the Yankees in 7 games. They'd finally won the World Series. The Dodgers were a championship team because all of us had learned something, Jackie said later. I had learned how to earn the respect of my teammates. They had learned that it's not skin color, but talent and ability that counts. And there's Jackie right there, stealing base after base after base, and in the World Series also stole home plate, which is one of the toughest things to do in baseball. But Jackie did it. Jackie continued to play with the Dodgers for all of his 10 seasons in the major leagues. During that time, players from other Negro leagues followed Jackie into the major leagues. But baseball was just the beginning for Jackie. He went on to help black people in his work for civil rights, as a successful businessman and as a proud husband and father. For his many contributions to America, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the Congressional Gold Medal after his death. So Jackie Robinson opened the door for every African American player who followed him. Great players like Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and Ernie Banks and Frank Robinson and many, many others. Jackie was the first, and he made it possible for all the others to follow him and have their dream of playing in the major leagues. Jackie was amazing. In 1962, Jackie Robinson was the first black player to be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. To honor him, the Rookie of the Year award was renamed the Jackie Robinson Award in 1987. Jackie's jersey number 42 was retired throughout Major League Baseball in 1997. In baseball, April 15th is known as Jackie Robinson Day. Players on every team honor Jackie's memory by wearing the number 42 on their uniforms. And there's a look at Jackie on the cover of Life magazine. And now, no one wears number 42 in baseball. It's retired throughout the entire game because of the greatness of Jackie and what he did for the game of baseball and all African American players who followed him to open that door. And Jackie, now a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, was one of the greatest players in the game of baseball and had an impact on the game itself. What a great story, Jackie Robinson. And what a great player and a great man.
Now it's time to say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Now, wasn't that a fun book? I sure loved it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the story theme as much as I did, because we learned about one of the greatest players in the game of baseball and one of the greatest humans who had an impact on civil rights, and those who had a chance to play baseball had that opportunity because of Jackie Robinson. Until next time, take care and happy reading.